Alright, what is up guys? My name is Jake and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I am the Swoley Shinobi. Yeah, I have a fitness channel somewhere else. But today I am going to be going over my anime tier list. These are all the animes that I've seen. I got a list of them somewhere. These are all the animes that I've seen and I'm going to put them through a S to dog water tier list. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Literally the only reason I'm wearing a jacket is to hook up this mic to this piece of clothing. Okay, the first anime on this tier list is Codebreaker. This isn't the first anime that I ever watch, or that would just be a shame right there. After finishing season 1, I really wanted a season 2 because I was somewhat invested into it. So, I mean, overall the story was, I'm gonna give it a C tier because there's some heaters on here. Next one we got is Baki. Now, Baki has the ideal physique of every bodybuilder ever. I know a lot of my bodybuilding fitness influencer friends love the show just because of all the physiques in the show are absolutely insane. The storyline's pretty good. I wanted him to fight his dad. I don't ever think I saw that fight. I'm gonna give it a B tier. They didn't have all the episodes on Netflix, I don't think, but I'm gonna give Baki a B tier. Okay, so now we got Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is super hyped up, but overall the storyline isn't that great. The animation honestly makes up for a lot of it. That's what a lot of people watch it for. But I mean, the storyline's alright. I'm excited to see the new movie coming here soon, but I also don't want to see all the My Hero fans there just smelling bad. Or, I would give it an A for animation, but I'm gonna put Demon Slayer on a B tier. The last fight was amazing, colors awesome and everything, but the overall story wasn't that great. We got Mob Psycho right here. Mob Psycho 100, season 1 and season 2 I thought were awesome. It definitely made me laugh at some points, which I did not expect whatsoever. And it's made by the same creators as One Punch Man, so the animation was pretty similar at times, but the lack of animation or lack of detail and art in this made it even funnier at times. So like there's a couple drawings that just cracked me up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give Mob Psycho an A. Mob Psycho's animation at the end, all the big fights was just insane. The colors were crazy. Like, Mob Psycho is a definite recommend. Okay, Assassination Classroom was one of my early animes that I watched. So I don't remember a ton. This is like 3 or 4 years ago when I wasn't telling people I watched anime or whatever. Now, Assassination Classroom, I will always remember the last scene. I'm not gonna spoil it or anything, but I'm gonna give it a B tier because I don't think it's any better than Demon Slayer or Baki. It was just kind of one of those that's in between. You kind of forget about it after so long. But yeah, Assassination Classroom's B tier. This is a pretty recent anime that I watched and it gave me so hard of Final Destination vibes. The storyline's pretty good. It totally caught me off guard when that first girl died. But this is definitely Final Destination vibe. The best horror anime that I've seen. I kind of want to put another above Demon Slayer just because like I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is my opinion. This is honestly the best horror anime I've ever seen. Garden of Words. Garden of Words is a 45-minute movie that caught me completely off guard because the animation is stellar. Like some of the best that I've seen ever, but the storyline, what the hell? I had no words when I finished the end of Garden of Words. Like I did not like it. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like Garden of Words at all. I'm gonna put it as dog water. I mean, it's just really not that good. 5 centimeters per second is that girl that goes to another school and you will never meet her. So I kind of related to this one. But animation, still pretty good on it. I did really like the storyline on it. The story is what gets me a lot of the time. So I'm gonna give it a B tier just because the ending, I don't want to spoil anything, so cover your ears if you're listening and haven't watched this yet, but the ending sucked. It made me so mad. I know it's supposed to be a sad anime, but man, that one hurt. Speaking of sad animes, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. This one cut deep. I'm not gonna lie. You even knew what was gonna happen in the end of the anime from the very beginning, but you still wanted the ending to change, which made absolutely no sense, but the story was so good. I almost cried during this. I mean, I cried during this, but one of the best stories I've seen in an anime. The animation's pretty good, but I want to eat your pancreas. I'm gonna put this as the first S tier on this list, just because, oh my gosh, that one will leave you broken even though you know it's coming. Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist, in my opinion, is dog water. It had too much sus stuff for me. The story, I mean, it was alright, it was pretty clever, but like, no, I didn't even finish the whole thing. I got like 20 episodes in, and I just did not want to watch anymore. So Blue Exorcist is dog water. Next anime that we got up is Attack on Titan, and this is one of my favorite animes ever, just because the animation, the story, I think are both incredible. The fan base, however, is terrible. But aside from the fan base, this is one of my favorite animes ever. Every episode, I got like so involved in it. I actually watched season 1 through 3 in like 2 days. That's how involved and invested I was into this anime. So I'm going to give Attack on Titan an S tier, and I know that's gonna upset a lot of people who hate on the Attack on Titan fan base. Definitely not an anime if you're trying to get into anime though. First episode, seeing 20-foot tall, just naked titans, nah. That ain't it. I found this anime through TikTok. This anime is called Inuyashiki. This is a story of good versus evil. Now, this is another horror anime. It's not like another in the sense of this is more of a story of good just versus straight evil. The animation on it will make you think a lot just because their bodies like transform and whatever. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I finished the anime in one day. It's only like 12 episodes. It was fantastic. I'm gonna give this another A tier. If you can't tell, I do like horror anime. Next one on this list is School Days. Now, my buddy Thomas told me, don't watch School Days, don't watch School Days, don't watch School Days. What did I do? I watched School Days. Now, I didn't have any expectations going into this, but I enjoyed it a little bit. I enjoyed like the story a little bit, not a whole lot, but the last 2 episodes, it goes from level here to way up there. Like it gets wild. I did not expect the ending at all. I'm not recommending to watch this, but if you have free time, might as well. But I'm going to give this a C tier anime. It overall just wasn't that great. 86 is a new anime. It's literally got 1 episode out. I'm going to finish this just because the first episode, okay, the CGI was a little rough, but I think the storyline and the plot on this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what it does and how they go about making this, so I'm gonna put it as a C tier for now, but as episodes come out, this may go up in tiers or go to dog water. Dr. Stone, I've not seen a concept like this or heard of a concept like this, as again, I'm pretty new to anime, but Dr. Stone, I've not heard of a concept like this before because the dude, insanely smart. I think the story, being in the Stone Age, is awesome. The story through season 1 and season 2 I thought was overall pretty good, and apparently in the manga this isn't even the best part yet. So I'm going to give Dr. Stone, just because I enjoyed it so much, an A tier. The time I got reincarnated as a slime is pretty good overall, but right now I'm stuck in season 1 right now, and it is very dry. It's very conversational right now. I know it's probably world building, but I'm just not super invested into it right now. I'm gonna give it a B tier just because my buddy Thomas said season 2's lit. I just gotta power and chug through it. If you want to animate that makes you think a little bit and has a super good storyline, I really recommend Erased. Erased is one of those Netflix animes that I just saw randomly. I was like, oh hey, let's watch this thing. Every episode I was super involved. It left me on a cliffhanger almost every episode, and the ending, blew my mind just because I did not expect it at all, and I was pretty bummed because it didn't end the way I wanted it to end. So I'm gonna give it an A just because of how much I enjoyed this. Guys, remember, this is all my opinion. You may have a different opinion. This tier list is out there so you can make your own tier list and dog on mine. Next anime on this tier list, A Silent Voice. I highly recommend this if you're into sad kind of genre anime, but I overall enjoyed this. This has a great plot. It might make you tear up at times. It's got a crazy ending. Also, I did not like the ending. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, I enjoyed this. I'm gonna put this as another A tier anime just because of how much I enjoyed it. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this just because I do not like filler whatsoever. And Bleach is 95% filler, and it's really hard to skip the filler just because it's in between episodes, and I'm not gonna skip past some of the story in the manga. I'm gonna put it at a C. I only finished 3 seasons. I got to the arc where they saved Rin, and that was about it. Like I was over it. There was just too much filler for me, so I'm gonna put it as a C. If there is a way to watch Bleach with no filler, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Death Note. Death Note is one of the animes that I watched very early on. I actually stopped this anime, spoilers ahead, when L died, and I didn't pick it back up for like a year and a half, and then I was talking to some girl and she was like, oh, I like Death Note. I was like, oh, I need to finish Death Note. So I ended up finishing Death Note. I know, what a simp. I ended up finishing Death Note. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I loved Death Note. Storyline just incredible. Yeah, not a huge fan of Light Yagami, but Death Note is definitely an A tier anime. Parasite is one of those animes that you don't expect a lot out of, but get pretty invested in. It's a pretty cool concept. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm actually gonna put this at a B tier just because, like, I enjoyed it. It's a really cool concept. This is a definite mid/high tier watch in my opinion. Now, Domestic Girlfriend, if you want some spice in your life, it is the way to go. It's basically bordering hentai. I mean, but the story, every episode, you're like, oh, I just want more of this. Oh, the OP is amazing. Oh, this storyline is absolutely nuts. I'm going to put this as an S tier anime. I had absolutely no expectations going into this anime besides the OP because I heard it's super lit. But Domestic Girlfriend, S tier anime. Now, the first anime that I ever watched, this is actually kind of weird, is Neo Yokio. Jaden Smith is actually voicing the MC, but I saw this on Netflix. I was like, oh, Jaden Smith's voicing it. Why not watch it? I don't remember a whole lot of it. I'm gonna put it as a C because the storyline wasn't like super interesting or anything. But yeah, I just didn't really like Neo Yokio that much. Looking back on Neo Yokio now, all the animes that I have seen, this one definitely C. I don't even know if it's C. I'm gonna put it at dog water actually. Before, let me say I did this for the culture. I watched Redo of Healer for the culture, for scientific research only. Me and Russell actually watched this. I literally just watched this for the culture. But yeah, there we go. I don't want to talk a whole lot about it either. Megalo Boxing is real steel without the gear. This is another really good anime. The storylines, you just knew what was coming the whole time, honestly. But I thought it was a great anime. It's definitely B tier. It's not better than Demon Slayer or Baki in my opinion. Definitely not Parasite. Solid B tier anime, Megalo Boxing. This is actually the second anime that I've ever watched. I did not know back then that anime actually was in movie form too. I was just like complete noob. But this animation really threw me off just because it was very old but still amazing. Still truly amazing. I did like the story. It's one of like the most watched animes. I'm pretty sure it's one of like the most watched animes. I'm gonna give it an A tier just because of, I don't think you can really diss it. Your Name has some of the best animation that I've ever seen. I mean, the story's all right. I don't think it's better than any of these B tiers right here, but it did. I'm pretty sure it won Movie of the Year in Japan. Your Name, highly recommended. It's also got a good ending. It's not a sad anime. Thank you. Now, Gotta High School does not know how to pace. I was thoroughly confused and lost the whole time. But fight scenes, 10 out of 10. Literally every fight scene was so good. I'm gonna give it a B tier just because, I mean, the story was rough. But B tier for Gotta High School just because the fights were so good. Now, Seven Deadly Sins, if it was season 2 alone, it's getting dog water. Season 1 and 2 were pretty good overall. I like the overall premise of it, but I mean, season whatever this last season was just so bad. I mean, the animation's just terrible, man. But yeah, this is, I'm gonna just give it a C tier just because no. It's dog water. Plastic Memories, you knew what was coming the whole time, but you refused to let yourself believe it. That is the premise of Plastic Memories. I like the storyline. I'm a fan, if you can't tell, of romance anime. I'm gonna give it a B tier because I'm gonna give it an A tier just because I liked it so much. I mean, it was sad in the end, but it's still a great anime, even though you just knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Toxic fan base in the world, and the reason I am scared to go see Demon Slayer in theaters, My Hero Academia. I'm not gonna lie, I love My Hero Academia, but there is so many memes about their fan base, I can't really take it seriously at times. Story's good, concept's good. I'm gonna give it an A tier just because I like all the fight scenes. I like the build-ups to the fight scenes, everything like that. But like, if we were judging on their fan base alone, that's the dog water. It's, God. Tokyo Ghoul is next up, and this has the best OP besides Domestic Girlfriend of all time. So for that alone, it's gonna get a B tier. But Kaneki the Crybaby, I could not stand for a very long time. I mean, he got pretty cool, but like, man, come on. It was kind of tough to sit through. Also, the pacing and how they messed it up with the anime and the actual manga. Just, you don't understand what's going on a lot. So it's a B tier, literally because of the OP. Kame ga Everyone Stinking Dies. Yes, I like this show a whole lot. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. Russell actually saw me watching this and he was like, oh, I've watched that before. It's pretty good, man. Just because he knew what was coming. I mean, you will get your heart broken in this anime. I'm sorry if there's any spoilers that I just like made, but like, man, it's tough. It's tough. Jujutsu Kaisen, man, this is one of my favorite new animes. Mappa is doing a great job on this anime. I don't think I have to explain it too much. It's an S tier anime. I love all the characters. Even like the side characters, they're still also awesome. I'm giving it an S tier. My opinion, I just think it's such great anime and it can develop into so much more. I'm about to read the manga for it too, just because I don't want to wait for season 2. Now, Ajin gets a lot of hate for their animation just because it's 3D animation, and I know a lot of people do not like 3D animation, especially Russell, but if you can get past the 3D animation, I think the story on it and like the concept of it, I think it's really good. I know there's more in the manga. I really hope it gets a season 2 or 3. I don't know which one it's on, but it's B tier right now. Just because I enjoyed it a lot more than like Demon Slayer and Assassination Classroom. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I know it's probably gonna upset some people. Now we got Haikyuu. This is one of my favorite animes ever. I did not think I was gonna like a sports anime as much as this because my friend Thomas told me, he was like, oh bro, you should just watch Haikyuu. I said, what's it about? And he said volleyball. I was like, oh hell no. But I actually really enjoyed Haikyuu. I am so excited for the upcoming seasons of it. Great anime. I know it takes some time to get through some matches, but I think it's just so stinking good. I don't think anyone can hate on this. One Punch Man, I think One Punch Man is an S tier anime. This show is so stinking funny every time. It's literally the same joke over and over and over again, and it does not get old. My roommate Asa has even watched this anime and he does not like anime at all, but it's so stinking funny. The animation's great. One Punch Man is definitely an S tier anime in my books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is a new channel. I know this was probably a longer video than you were expecting. Make sure to like and comment on this. If you disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments and we can fight about it. You ain't beating the Swoley Shinobi. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time. Peace.